Hello everyone, good to be with you on this Monday. This is meteorologist Erica Rascaet at the One News Weather Center with your local weather report brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Well, taking a look at the headlines, a very dry weather pattern is going to continue throughout most of the work week. So we are expecting very dry and extremely warm throughout the day on Tuesday and even into Wednesday. But then a cold front's going to kind of swing through, and that could leave us somewhat of a relief in temperatures midweek and for the rest of the work week, but dry conditions will continue until at least through the weekend. We'll continue to look at conditions throughout the past 24 hours across Ephrata. We saw highs in the upper 80s, and they're going to continue to warm throughout the next couple days. And overnight lows remained above average in the mid 60s when we should have been in the upper 50s. But dry conditions will continue, and that's going to continue until at least the next work week. Overnight lows reached into the lower 60s for most of the Columbia Basin, also above average and slightly above average for highs today across the Columbia Basin. So current conditions out there still showing abundant sunshine, temperatures in the upper 80s, but look how dry the atmosphere is that we're still seeing dew point temperatures in the lower 40s. And like I've mentioned before, the further apart these two temperatures are, the drier the air that we're dealing with. Winds will continue to blow mainly from the west, very lightly though, anywhere between 5 and 10 miles per hour. So taking a look at past satellite and radar throughout the past 24 to 36 hours, mostly dry conditions, although we could continue to see a few showers developing across higher elevations. But for us here across the coastal areas and even across the Columbia Basin, for us here, we are expecting dry conditions all across. And then continuing to look throughout the next 24 to 36 hours here across the Columbia Basin, we're expecting to remain dry. We could see a few showers across the mountains and even across northeast Washington and northern Idaho, but we are expecting to remain relatively dry. And the same goes for the coastal areas. You can see dry conditions. A few showers will continue to move through, but that's going to stay across higher elevations. Dry conditions, very dry atmosphere in store for us until at least the next work week. And then a cold front will swing through on Wednesday, and that's going to leave us somewhat of a relief in temperatures across most of the area. But like I mentioned before, the showers will remain either to the north of us, to the south of us, and even across higher elevations. So taking a look at conditions throughout the day on Tuesday, abundant sunshine all across as we see here, highs in the upper 80s, low 90s, slightly cooler closer to the coast. And then taking a close look across the Columbia Basin, we are expecting highs to reach into the mid to lower 90s. Another warm Tuesday is in store for us, as their temperatures will remain well above average. So taking a look at conditions throughout the next few days, we can continue to see another warm days in store for us on Wednesday. Dry conditions at that, though, abundant sunshine to last us until at least the next work week. But then take a look, that cold front swings through, leaving us a relief in temperatures throughout the day on Thursday, back into the 80s, low 80s for Friday, and even into the weekend. Finally, we are expecting somewhat of a cool down and slightly below average throughout those days. That's all for now. This weather report was brought to you by Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We'll be right back with some sports.